The recently published Oro Valley Vision states, in part, that the town will retain its friendly, small-town character and that the town's lifestyle will continue to be defined by a strong sense of community. How is that achievable with the continuing developmental pressures to build large apartment complexes?
Well, I think we've all lived in apartments at one point in our lives, and it's a part of every community, not just Oro Valley. It's not a bad thing. Putting pressure on the community, I don't think that apartments do that. As a matter of fact, you generate a lot of sales tax from the people who need to buy new beds, new furniture, et cetera, which is it carries the community. We are a community. We're not all going to live on 3 acres anymore. That's just not going to happen. We certainly have that property now, and the people who are there, God bless them, I wish I was. If you look around the room here, I would suspect that all of us here have put pressure on the community in Oro Valley by living in the communities we live in, which were developed to our best interest. So I don't see that changing, and I really don't see that the apartments are a significant issue in Oro Valley. Thank you.
Well, I don't think the apartments is the only concern about not having a community spirit. We really don't have what we were promised to have, which is a downtown area where we could all gather. Maybe one of the last hopes is the Nirvana town site, where maybe we can end up with something that has green space and picnic areas and gramadas, where if you want to have a family event, you have a place to go, and your kids can play and enjoy themselves. Till we can find some other thing, that's maybe our best hope to start developing more of a community spirit. The people of Oro Valley are wonderful people, and they're all friendly and get together, like each other for the most part, so that really helps us in our community spirit. But now we need to organize somehow where we can gather somewhere and be more sociable together rather than in our little cliques or in our homes. So that's where I think we can develop a better community spirit.
I think these questions change as we stand up.
Just the answers.
My view is, certainly the development apartments is an issue. It's an issue in communities like ours. But again, this is one of the items that you work with the developers, and you make sure that they've heard the community, and the community is being recognized as important to their development. They're held to the densities, they're held to the views, they're held to the open space. They don't put 200 units on something that was planned for 30 acres and then put it on 15. Those kinds of things. That's very, very elemental. But sometimes there's some lines that get blurred, is what I believe. So again, you go back to the plan, you go to what the developer wants to do, and how does it fit with our concept and with the zoning and the land use that's there. So.
Apartments specifically being tied to not being part of a community, I just don't see that connection. Apartments are separate. It's not the American dream anymore to have a house with a white picket fence, one boy, one girl, and a dog. Banks aren't lending nowadays. People are too transient. A lot of the apartments that sprung up really came at the conversation myself and Mara Aspinall, Hanny Maserani from Roche Ventana, Dr. Ken Wordman from Sanofi, who said that the average tenure, because these are global companies, of an employee that they bring in is between 9 to 12 months. And so again, how do you attract those talented individuals to a community like ours and keep it biotech, bioscience, big pharmaceutical? And you know what? You are right. We don't have a sense of downtown because Oro Valley was always developed to have 4 neighborhood centers, and each neighborhood center only catered to those people. But the good news is, with the investment in Steam Pump Ranch, Oracle Road now is going to be the arts district. And so there's a lot of possibility and help there, and so we look forward to that.
I'd like to address gathering places and such. Naranja Town Park, we've established a footprint there. We're building multi-use fields, 2 dog parks. We built an aquatic facility, which is amazing. If any of you are here, we're at the July 4th celebration down there. It was massively attended. It was beautiful, and it was better than last year's, which was good. We are working, and I've written about community in the Explorer for this month. They're going to run it sometime. So I won't go into all of that now. But it is about community for me. And those gathering places are just the beginning of what we plan. I personally have been hearing from folks since I got into town 12 years ago that they wanted a community center. We've heard it mentioned here tonight in this small room. Wouldn't it be nice to have a large place where we could gather and we could stand up for a minute and tell you all about our lives?
Cherise, I think I've lost track of the question. Would you be so kind?
Good, I get to do something. Okay.
Yeah, you looked a little bored over there.
Yeah. The recently published Oro Valley Vision states, in part, that the town will retain its friendly small-town character and that the town's lifestyle will continue to be defined by a strong sense of community. How is that achievable with the continuing developmental pressures to build large apartment complexes?
Thank you. I don't think there's developmental pressures to build large apartment complexes. I think that we've seen the advent of what we're going to see as far as how that works in the town limits that are left for buildable land in Oro Valley. I will tell you that our general plan, our voter-approved general plan, calls for apartments. And it calls for a variety of housing opportunities. So apartments were bound to be part of Oro Valley. If you looked at Marana, holy mackerel, they're just going crazy. But apartments are the future of young professionals. My husband and I have two. They're 35 and 26. Neither one of them own a home. Neither one of them want to. They know that they're going to be changing jobs probably every 3 to 5 years. They can't qualify for a home loan after the economic crisis that we went through. So there's not many young people that can do that. These are high quality, high-end apartments. The rents are not cheap. They're about $1,000 a month. They have all kinds of amenities in them. They're great. It's a wave of the future for the young professionals, as the mayor said.